tells CNN that a possible indictment against former President Donald Trump could come as early as next week. In the New York investigation into the hush money scheme involving adult film star Stormy Daniels, sources say city, state, and federal law enforcement agencies met all week to discuss the logistics of Trump's potential surrender and arraignment.
If you get a criminal indictment on a felony against Donald Trump, a former president, that means you've got a prisoner who's arriving in a motorcade with a security cordon, escorted by armed Secret Service agents, where you're going to have to close off Hogan Place, walk him into the district attorney's lobby, and then while his Secret Service agents stand by, you'd have to go through that process of getting his fingerprints, shooting his mug shots, and then getting he and his lawyers, Joe Tacopina and others, a conference room to wait while they arrange an arraignment judge who's going to examine the question of bail, which of course, in the case, if he were indicted, he would be released on his own recognizance. But nobody's ever done that with a former president of the United States before.
Sources also say authorities are discussing security amid concerns about both protests and potential threats against officials from Trump supporters. Meantime, there has been a blockbuster ruling in the special counsel's investigation into Trump's handling of classified documents. A federal judge has ordered one of Trump's lawyers to answer more questions before the grand jury. Caitlin Palance reports.
The Justice Department and Special Counsel Jack Smith have won a monumental court decision on Friday in their investigation into Donald Trump and his handling of classified records. In this decision that they got under seal from federal judge Beryl Howell in the D.C. District Court on Friday, that decision says that conversations between Trump's attorney, Evan Corcoran, and Donald Trump himself may have been part of the commissioning of a crime. So that's what a federal judge is now agreeing with the Justice Department on that. That is a really, really significant thing, the sort of legal opinion that's going to be remembered and give momentum to not just the special counsel's investigation, but also be remembered for presidencies to come. What the practical impact of this is that Evan Corcoran, the defense attorney of Donald Trump, he already testified in federal court before the grand jury investigating the handling of classified documents at Mar-a-Lago. Judge Howell in the D.C. District Court is saying he's going to have to come back now and finish his testimony, all of the things he declined to answer because he said they were confidential, because they were attorney-client communications. Those sorts of conversations he cannot protect any longer because of what the Justice Department has done in this case. Donald Trump's team, they do have the opportunity to appeal, and they are vowing to fight this, but they still even haven't seen the extent of the legal reasoning from Judge Howell. The opinion is not fully available to them yet. They are probably going to get a redacted version of it in the coming days, so they won't know exactly what the Justice Department has at this time in this criminal investigation. And all of this is still sealed to the public as Special Counsel Jack Smith wraps up his grand jury investigation into classified records. Caitlin Polance, CNN, Washington.